periodical pickups, hooray! Alright, so, I've got a couple items here, and some of them are cosmetic, or I'm sorry, one of them is cosmetic, and the rest are games. So, the first one here is actually a cover for my phone, and I'm not really happy with the cover of this said phone, but once you see it, you're going to be like, oh, that's kind of cool, but then once I explain a little bit to you, you're like, oh. So, alright, I got the Samsung Galaxy S3 Mini here, as you see, and the back cover is this, right? However, the phone cover is popping out. Like, it's not quite firmly in there, so it's like the buttons are all miscombobulated. Another feature which sucks entirely is that the buttons are really hard to get your fingers in there, so you have to like really gotta, you know, kind of get in there and fucking finger it and everything, like, you know, like you're trying to peel off a scab or something, like, And the same thing with this button right here, you have to like really get in there and go, you know, just make noises as you do it, so that way it has effect. But again, it's not so bad on this side, you know, because you got access to all that, or this side, you know, because you got, I guess, access to that, whatever. But again, as you can tell, it's a Game Boy, or a Nintendo Game Boy, and it looks pretty cool. It's just, sadly, it doesn't quite fit my phone that well. I mean, if they would have went this approach with the whole cover on like such, and have the sides, that way you can actually, like, you know, press buttons and actually make it work correctly, then everything would have been peaches and cream. But it looks cool, just sadly does not fit the bill. So, whatevs. Next I got here was a Game Boy game, Donkey Kong Land 2. And picked this up really cheap on eBay. I already have it, so that's why I necessarily got it. And it's in really, really pristine condition. Like, it's in really clean condition. There's like a few scuffs in the back, obviously from wear. So, again, a really clean copy. Really nice. It's probably looks, actually it is kind of brand new, and again there's the scuffs. But I'll set that aside for some rainy day, because obviously I might want to play it or something, and therefore it'll fill my requirement of being able to play it. But next game that I picked up here, which it still needs a cleaning still, but whatevs, that of course is Batman Returns for the Super Nintendo. Now the Sega Genesis version and this one's bipolar opposite versions. Like, you have the side-scrolling version, which is the Genesis one, which is more like a platformer and more anything else, excuse me, tongue-tied and stuttered a little bit there. And this one's more of a beat-em-up, and it's just really a good beat-em-up from Konami. So, picked this up for, it wasn't cheap, but it was affordable, very affordable, where that's why I picked it up. So, got this in my collection finally, and I can beat the shit out of the Penguin's minions, which look like clowns slash, I don't know why they fucking still kept going with that, but I don't know why they went with that. Yeah, you can tell what you're saying, but there's no, Next one I got here is Infamous. This is was part of a not for resale copy bundle thing, which I think it came with like a PlayStation 3, which Part 1 and Part 2 did. This was one of those. I got this really cheap. It was just a sleeve version of this, which is sort of a critiques, like the critique in my brain is like, rrr. But again, comes as such, mint complete, in the cardboard sleeve, only one like it in the world. But no, basically, yeah, comes as such. I have the game already as a digital version, but, you know, owning a physical one does not hurt. I mean, it's only like 4 gigabytes, which is, again, really small versus what I had to really install for the digital version. The digital version I got for free from the whole entire PS or Sony issue they had a long time ago. Everyone remembers that quite well. So, nor does anyone let Sony forget about that, within valid reason. So, basically, there you go. Got this really cheap. I could play the game without big-ass clunk of my hard drive missing onto this. But hey, got it really cheap. Cannot complain. Blah, blah, blah. Touch my nipples. So, got 2 PlayStation 4 games here, and the only reason why I got them because they're really affordable. That's the only reason why I got them. And that, of course, is Thief. Now, this was supposed to be a reboot, so to speak, or a, sort of a reapproach to the series. Something that technically, yes, it kind of retells the story a little bit. At the same time, it's sort of the same shit we saw before. Now, it kind of has that feel like from, what is it? Brain fart. Like Mirror's Edge. Oh, pardon me. I'm telling you more caffeine in my life. But, yeah, pretty much takes that whole entire Mirror's Edge approach where it's pretty much very linear as a platformer, where you don't quite have this in-depth experience like the original Thief, or the second Thief. I think it was Dark Age? Brain fart, Metal Age, I think. Metal Age? Anyway, basically, yeah, it's a little bit more linear, not as great, but it's still a good game. Like, I have this on the PC already again. It was something, I got it because it was cheap, and I wanted to play it on my PlayStation 4. Give me yourself some games to play on the PlayStation 4. But yeah, it wasn't so bad when I played from the PC version. But for a while, it was actually running extraordinarily laggy because it was bad optimization with the software, the application, when it was executing on my computer. So I had to keep on lowering down the graphics. And son of a bitch, So, long story short, it still runs okay on the PC version, if not runs really good now because they fixed it in all kinds of patches. But now it's just kind of kind of thing where it's just like whatever. All the effort I went through, I just don't really want to play it as much anymore as I originally did when the game first came out. But again, picked this up cheap. There you go. Now, next one, here's something I kept on hearing my friends talk about. Like, they talked about this game robustly, and it's playing on my screen right over here, which I'm still playing through the introduction mission, which is you get out of the ballpark in Chicago. But yeah, I've heard nothing but very positive things. I've heard very mixed things. I heard very negative things, as it being the most generic thing they ever played in their lives, because it felt just like they were playing GTA on steroids. But honestly, whatever, right? It's nothing more than I would say, overhyped item. Yes, I could say that humbly about this game right here, which is in the case, which is kind of making me depressed right now, but I put it in the case for a reason, because I want to play something else to expand my horizons. And I'll eventually go back to that anyway, because I'll end up getting that itch and be like, scratch my arm and end up going back and play it. So, yeah. Is it generic? I have no fucking clue. Past what I've been told. It's been a watered down GTA style game, where there's been games such as Watch Dogs. Wow. Sleeping Dogs. There we go. I think that was the correct name. Was it Sleeping Dogs? Sleeping Dogs? I have to Google that now, because my brain completely went out the window as I knock everything over. Sleeping Dogs. I just have to look at the title and know it's to be true. Yep, Sleeping Dogs. I was correct. Okay, good thing computer's behind me, because my brain was just kind of like, woo! So, yeah, Sleeping Dogs was actually pretty good. And I completely forgot its name, so therefore I failed for the week. But no, basically, Watch Dogs, I guess, is apparently the dogs who just woke up from sleeping, I suppose, and that's where this is coming from. But no. Basically, I heard a lot of positive things, the mixed things and all that stuff, all the things of nature. So, the game looks good on the PS4. Oh my god, the neutrons and the processing. But no, looks really good on the PS4 so far. I'm going to be playing it through and to see the big deal, the big fuss. See if the big hype was worth it, after all, which normally it really isn't for any game whatsoever, but whatever. Touch my nipple!